hello there again. This is a follow-up really to my previous video in which I warned people about putting too much trust in the financial ombudsman, because basically they won't look to your interests no matter how much evidence that you have, even legal documents. They will fall in favour of the big corporations simply because they're afraid of financial reprisals. That's what I believe anyway. They'll always fall in your favour when someone's repaired your car or you bought something from a corner shop. But when it comes to huge corporations, they're afraid of being sued, losing their jobs. So just be aware of that. Anyway, don't hold any faith out when it comes to relying upon the financial services, because you will be disappointed, and it will take 12 months at least, and you will gain nothing but you will lose more. Now, with regard to what I was talking about before, it was to do with an international money transfer that the Cheshire Building Society and the Nationwide Building Society, which is one company, couldn't do. They said they could, but they proved they couldn't. And yet it's a simple job. It's something a 5-year-old can actually be taught to do, because there's nothing to it. The only reason I put it in their hands because I didn't have the time. But I'll tell you briefly how it's done. It is as simple as this. You do a search on the internet for what's known as a Forex company. Now, what a Forex company is a foreign exchange company. Basically, they will move money from any country in the world or any bank account in the world to any other country or any other bank account or company in the world. And there's a number of these Forex companies. One in particular, the one that I use a lot, is xe.com. And they charge a small fee of about £12, I think it was, to transfer. I transferred around £30,000 in cash to Panama, and they charge me £12, as I say. Their exchange rate is far, far better than any bank or building society. You will not get an exchange rate as good as any Forex company can offer you. The banks are greedy. They will give you an exchange rate and they say, oh, there's no fees. The post office say, we don't charge fees. No, they give you a terrible exchange rate instead. That's where they make their money out of you. So basically what you do is you open up, you go to likes of XE, Money Corp. There's a list, there's hundreds of these Forex companies. You open up a free account with them, and in there each one is different, so you just have to follow their instructions. But within there, once you've opened your account with them, which doesn't involve putting any money in or anything like that, you just literally open an account, and when you want to transfer funds abroad or to another bank account or whatever, it is a very, very simple procedure. So you're paying the banks and the building societies and the post offices a lot of money just to get your foreign currency. And this is how it's done. Once you go onto their website, you've opened the account, you simply put in the name of your bank. This is when you want to transfer funds. The name of your bank, your bank account number, the IBAN number, which is spelled IBAN, and the SWIFT code. Now, each of these codes are all different, no matter which bank you go to. So, in other words, each bank around the world has a different IBAN and a different SWIFT code. So you'll put that IBAN number in, the SWIFT code, then you'll put in the beneficiary account, which will be wherever you are sending it to. So let's just say, like in my case, I was moving funds from, puts a shiver up my spine every time I think of it, the Cheshire Building Society. They simply enter the details of my account at the Cheshire, and they then put in my bank account details in Panama along with the SWIFT code and the IBAN number, and that's all you do basically. You will be asked for the beneficiary bank, which in this case was Banismo, and then my personal bank account number, as I said earlier on. So that's all the information that you need, is your bank account here in the UK or wherever you live, the beneficiary bank account in whatever country it is in the world, and the bank number, the account number rather, and also the IBAN and SWIFT code of both banks. Then in the box you just put in how much money you want to send, and they will send it for a fee of something like £10, and you will get an exchange rate the same as the banks get, and that's all there is to it, and it costs you next to nothing to do, and you get a good exchange rate. So I hope that's helped, and maybe see you next time on a similar subject.